Yo, what's going on? This is Cody from Big Beaver Comics. I hope this video, this recording, whatever you want to call it, is finding you well. I try to do as much business content on this page as I possibly can. Anytime I get a decent idea where I feel like, hey, if I throw this out there, this is gonna bait some people in to go like, I'm gonna listen to what this motherfucker's got to say. So I think I have something that's somewhat engaging. I've got a little list. Let's take a little look. We'll have a conversation about a few things completely business oriented. If you're somebody who's trying to turn your hobby, something that you do out of a passion, into something that might become an income stream for you, possibly your main income stream, that's kind of more what we're talking about. If you're a hobbyist, that's cool. Ain't nobody sweating what you're doing. But these rules don't necessarily apply in the same vein, right? So the first thing I would say is, if you're a hobbyist, let this shit go. Don't be in love if you're trying to sell things. Oh, my dog's up. He's chewing on his arm. Get that arm. Get that arm. Don't be in love with these hoes, man. It all comes back around. Now you're thinking like, whoa, but dude, I got this thing here and it's like crazy. It's like, settle, bro. Okay, you got a Michael Jordan rookie card, right? In a PSA 10. You want to sit on that, I understand. I feel where you're coming from. But if you have a Michael Jordan rookie card in a PSA 10 and you're sitting on that, and you got this Marino rookie in a PSA 9.5 and you're sitting on that, and you got two Jeter rookies at 9.5 and a 10 and you're sitting on those, you're not doing business, you're collecting stuff. So this isn't you have one trophy thing. It's you have so many things that you wouldn't take a price anywhere outside of market value. Like you would expect something egregious offered to you when you know that these things do still exist in the marketplace. So you're basically pricing yourself out of having liquidity for your business to make business moves. See, you need to be flexible. Have you ever watched a cornerback cover a receiver? I'm not big into sports anymore, but there was a time and a place where I knew what I was talking about. Have you ever watched a cornerback cover a receiver and the way they can shift their hips at full speed going backwards? You need to have a business that has that kind of latitude, because when good opportunities come along, you don't want to be saying no to them, because if you can take $10,000 worth of mush and turn it into $40,000 worth of gold, but it just doesn't happen to be the thing that you are the most excited about, what the fuck does that matter? Nobody cares about how excited you are. Business is not about you feeling okay about things. Business is about what's going to be the smartest and most advantageous path for you to travel. So if you're sitting on a bunch of things because you don't want to sell them, let them go, yo, for real. That shit's going to come back around. If you're in any kind of business long enough, you're going to see it again. I don't care what kind of car it is, at what dealership you worked at. I don't care what kind of comic book, what kind of card it was. It doesn't make no difference. Unless it's a one-off Picasso, they're out there. And if you need it so bad, when you do really well at business, you'll be more than flush to go back and find it again. So honestly, if you've decided to take the leap between being a hobbyist and someone who's being an entrepreneur, you can love what you're doing. You can love the product, but you have to love the process as well. And that means letting things go and being okay with it at prices that mean you get liquidity back, which allows you the leverage to make moves when the proper moves come along. The second rule of this business lesson, as done by a dummy, but maybe just one person out there will hear a word similar to a word that might mean something, and they'll develop some solid business theory on their own. And then will this video be a total loss? Will it? No. So business lesson number 2, don't speculate. Not if you're an owner. If you have an LCS, a brick and mortar LCS. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I would hate to be on the hook for all these new books. I don't care you're getting them at $2 a book. I don't care that they leverage you credit $50,000 or whatever. It's just, nah, man. Speculation leads to, okay, let's just put it in the perspective of me as an individual dealer. And we won't say I'm some large LCS or whatever. And we'll just say my one interpersonal client relationship over one book. And we'll just talk about a scenario. And then I'll tell you how this scenario plays out so frequently that I would never want to be involved in this as an entrepreneur, as a hobbyist. If you'd like to speculate, again, speculate your balls off. Go for it. You do whatever you like. But as an entrepreneur, you could see how this relationship between me and my client can get fucked up real fast. So I've seen a lot of guys, they bring in books. They tell people, oh, they're not here. Oh, they shorted us on stuff. Oh, whatever it is. And then 2 weeks later, they see them up on the actual big wall. And they're 3 times, 4 times, 6 times the price of what we knew they were going to be at retail, even if they were an incentive cover or whatever. A lot of garbage happens. But that's not the worst. The worst thing I think that happens, and the loss in the relationship, is when you do make a deal with someone, when you have something set aside and it's run up because of speculation, and that's usually very early on in a book. Speculation gets dumb around announcements for projects, for MCU characters and stuff, but realistically, it gets really, really bad when there's just new things on the market. It's Robin King, and people clamor for things. And you see people pay egregious prices for something to be in right away. Fear of missing out. And someone loses in that transaction. Either the business owner sold that book at $60 and he feels like still at 60 he didn't get what he should have got. Or the person bought it at the very top end at $300. And oh, they were happy to get it at $300 because the FOMO was going hard and they got it. And then the book settles at 110, 9.8 graded. And somebody feels like they lost this transaction. And you probably leave people with bad taste in their mouth, and it causes owners to want to hold on to books more often and lie to their clients, lie to their customers about where those books are. Oh, they didn't show up. Oh, they shorted us. Oh, the distribution. Oh, whatever the problem is. And then they charge prices down the road because it causes them to want to be greedy. Or they overcharge for something, have someone buy something in the heat of the moment, and then when it settles, you have people go, because nobody blames themselves. Nobody goes, fuck, I did that. I spent too much. I shouldn't have done that. They go, this fucking guy, man, he greased me. He greased me on this book. The market greased me. And that's how we lose comic collectors. We don't want to lose people. And that's what happens. So speculating, man, speculating's for the fucking birds. If you're a new comic collector and you buy because you like reading or you just like the books, you're a cover collector, whatever it happens to be, do your thing. But if you're speculating, trying to be an entrepreneur, bro, take your checks down to the casino and start putting her on black or red or whatever, because speculating is gambling all day, every day. Waste of money. Watch card companies and card shops and comic companies and comic shops speculate their way out of business through the 90s because everybody got greedy and started thinking that it doesn't take heart to care to sell this stuff. It doesn't take, man, you got to be in this community for more than just the nickels and dimes, because that's all there is available anyways. So greedy people, man, you know what they tell you, the bulls, they get paid, right? And the bears, they get paid. Because you can short something to be right. You can be long something to be right. But the pigs, pigs get slaughtered, bro. No matter which way you do it. So don't be a pig out there. Treat people well. Don't speculate. And if you get something that's hot, man, take your little bit off the top, but give people a deal as to what market is. So at least they'll remember, hey man, this book was $120. This guy charged me $80. Because he knows you got it for $6 or $20 or whatever it is. And then if it goes back down to 80 or shit even goes to 60, they're not going to hold it against you. Don't speculate. Speculating's for the birds. Um, Business lesson number 3 is given to you by Cody from Big Beaver Comics. So you should go over and like and follow on Facebook, right here on YouTube. Subscribe, like this video. Go over to Instagram, follow us there. We sell comic books at bigbeavercomics.ca. We do it at live streams over on Facebook. We do all sorts of stuff. We do giveaways, no purchase necessary stuff. We have lots of fun. It's a blast. You really should come hang out. If you're not hanging out, I feel sorry for you. You know what? I'm not going to keep twisting your arm. It's your call. Third, find multiple streams of income. I know people say, like, what do you mean? You need to find, maybe not income is the word for it, but attention. Let's look at attention as a stand-in for income in this analogy. Look for multiple streams of attention. How can you get in front of different people that use different platforms about different genres of whatever? Like, you think, like, well, I'm a sports card guy, but I don't like racing, or I don't like, well, but is there money in it? Because it's in the same genre. So are you just hesitant because you don't want to come across as unknowledgeable? Well, then find a mentor. Do some homework. Learn to have to be flexible. You don't have near the viability to become this hyper niche product deliverer or a salesman or a business or what. You need to find something that gives you versatility. Now I'm not saying you should sell knitting products and then you should also be a bottle depot. That's not a good idea. But what I am saying is that you need to find multiple ways you can get in front of people on multiple different platforms, whether that's brick and mortar on the internet, whether it's point of sale, sales through a .com, or doing live sales on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook, or having just an Instagram account, or doing something on Pinterest, or being known for XYZ in your hometown, or whatever it happens to be. Cross-pollinate. You're going to have to do it, because whether you use Snapchat or not, whether you use Instagram or not, it is irrelevant. You need to go and learn to use it, and use it every day, because you have customers out there that would love to do business with you, but you are not serving your customer base because you are stuck on what you would like to do and not on what your business would flourish under. So you need to put your business in the best position to win, and stop thinking about things like, I don't use Facebook. What a coincidence. On a personal level, I don't use Facebook either. But do I use Facebook for my business? It happens to work out quite well. So I think you should maybe put down some of the personal biases or the preconceived ideas, and maybe go forth with more of an open mind and try to take it all in and find ways you can use each individual platform, each individual way you can contact new people, do networking, whatever it happens to be. Utilize that to some type of advantage. There's niches you'll find, but you need to go out there and search them out and flex them at the best of your ability. Any stone left unturned is a stone I'm going to turn over for you. And you don't want me as your competition, I would say, because I'm not taking it easy. Most people probably are taking it quite easy. So I would say be the person that doesn't take it easy. Turn that stone over before I get there. Show me a thing or two. The last thing I'm going to say is you got to believe in what you're doing. It better be coming from the right place. It's a karma-based thing, I believe. I think people can tell when you're disingenuous, when it's fake, when you don't care, when you're doing this as a means to an end. That kind of stuff resonates with people. You got to believe in what you're doing. You have to give a shit about your clients. They have to matter. Their experience matters more than your experience. You are a facilitator of experience. I'm trying to make that experience take place for them so that they go, fuck, man, I love dealing with these people. Like, these people make it feel like This is where I want to be, where I enjoy being. My guard's down and my entertainment level's up. And I never walk away feeling like I was taken for a fool or I was maybe the butt of the joke. I feel more like I was a part of a community. And I don't look at purchases in retrospect, even when the pomp and circumstance is gone. I don't look at my purchases and go, I got drummed up in the hype and now I'm kind of regretful about this. You never want any of that. And that comes from you believing in what you're doing. That comes from you doing that. If you believe, if you treat people right, if you do all the proper pricing, grading, marketing, whatever it happens to be, and you treat your customers like they matter, your customers are going to come to you. They're going to trust in you. And then when you get that trust, do everything you can to not break that trust. Don't become flaky. Do not become someone who rests on their laurels. There's always more work to be done. That's what you've taken on being an entrepreneur. And again, I say, I do a lot of these videos as my own self-assessments as well, because I understand the obligation I put myself under at doing a job like this, because I have the expectations of multiple people who trust in me. And that is a expectation that I respect greatly and feel the need to fulfill at the best, at the optimum ability that I possibly can. And I think other entrepreneurs need to feel that same way, but you need to believe in what you're doing. So that's it. Those are my 4 lessons. I hope this helps people. I hope this even helps me. I hope whatever comes from this, it's even a reinforcement for me and Anthony. So don't be in love with these hoes. That was lesson 1. Fuck this shit, man. It's going to come back around every 10 minutes like the bus. Sell that shit. Get that liquidity back in your business. Get flexible. Get out there and get doing some business. Hunt up some stuff. Don't sit on what you got. You're a salesman now. You're in business here today. Don't speculate. Just don't do it. It's not for you, man. It's a gambling thing. I'm telling you. That's an impulse control problem issue. Speculating's all fun. Everybody gets high on the fervor and you get this dopamine rush. But I'm telling you, you're going to lose more times than you're going to win. And when you look on any of these channels when people talk about speculating, it's just like day traders. All they're going to talk about is their wins. They ain't going to tell you about the 30 L's they took to get those 10 wins. Fuck that shit. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. Buy multiple streams. You got to find different ways to touch bases with people in different places. People will stumble upon you if you continually grind in certain directions. Find multiple directions to grind in. Find your own little niche ways that you can touch base with people and grind in those directions and do it habitually. And you will eventually turn over something and you'd be surprised how things snowball. Trust me. It's not one of those things where you're going to just do something one day and it's going to be the answer. But if you do the same things every day, that consistency will take you a long way. You're going to have to believe in what you're doing. I've had live sales where we sell nothing for 40 minutes, man. And I'll have the most excitement in my voice you ever heard because I love it. You're never going to take that away from me. I love all the people that show up. You don't see businesses have 20 people sit there while they don't buy nothing just because they're enjoying whatever's going on. That I take as a badge of honor. That I want to get to 1,000 people. I'm here to entertain. Everybody's got comic books. I don't know if these are the books you're looking for today or any of the other audience. My job is while I'm presenting the books that they're properly graded, adequately priced, but you're motherfucking entertained during all of it. I'm Cody from Big Beaver Comics. If you haven't already, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. We love you guys. This will be the last business video that you'll probably get for a week or so. We got lots of work to do. I fucking love it. You guys stay up, man. Try to stay out of trouble. Wear a condom. Peace.